Have you ever looked closely at your fingertips, really closely, and noticed those tiny swirling ridges? They look like miniature mountain ranges. Little loops, whorls, and arches that have been there since before you were born. You use them every day to pick up a glass, to type on your phone, to unlock your device. But have you ever stopped to ask, why do we have them? At first glance, you might think fingerprints are for grip, that the ridges create friction, like tiny tire treads, so you don't drop things. It makes perfect sense. It's what most people believe. Even some textbooks say it. But here's the thing. That theory is probably wrong. Scientists have tested it. Smooth skin, like your palm, actually has more contact area. More contact means more friction. So if grip was the goal, smooth fingertips would be better. But we don't have smooth fingertips. We have ridges. So what are they really for? Today, we're uncovering the strange, surprising truth about your fingerprints and why no two people on Earth have ever shared the same pattern, right here on Story of Simple Things. To understand fingerprints, you have to think like an engineer. Your fingertips are covered in sweat glands. All day, every day, they produce a thin layer of moisture. Not enough to drip, just enough to make your skin slightly damp. Now imagine touching a smooth surface like glass. If your fingertip were completely smooth, that moisture would create a seal. Your finger would stick. Or worse, it would slip unpredictably. That's not helpful when you're trying to grip a tool or climb a tree. But your ridges change the game. They create tiny channels, gaps where the sweat can escape. This is exactly how car tires work. Tires have treads to channel water away so the rubber can contact the road. Your fingerprints do the same thing. They prevent hydroplaning, not for cars, but for your fingers. So the leading theory today is that fingerprints improve grip on wet or slippery surfaces. They let your skin breathe, and they help you feel fine textures better. Those ridges amplify vibrations, sending more detailed information to your brain. That's why you can feel the difference between silk and sandpaper without looking. Now here's where it gets personal. Your fingerprints formed when you were still in your mother's womb, around the 4th month of pregnancy. And once they formed, they never changed. They grew with you, but the pattern stayed identical. The same loops and whorls you had as a fetus are on your fingers right now. That's why fingerprints are so useful for identification. No two people, not even identical twins, have ever been found to share the exact same fingerprint pattern. The chances are so small that forensic scientists treat fingerprints as unique proof of identity. But here's a creepy fact. Your fingerprints aren't permanent if you damage them deep enough. Burns, cuts, or certain diseases can alter them. And there's a famous case of a gangster who tried to burn off his own fingerprints with acid, but they grew back. Not exactly the same, but close enough. The body wants its ridges. There's also a fascinating condition called adermatoglyphia, the immigration delay disease. People with this genetic disorder are born without fingerprints, smooth fingertips. It's extremely rare. Only a few families in the world have it. And they often face problems at borders because their hands confuse scanners. Without fingerprints, they struggle to prove who they are. Now let me tell you about a man named Sir Francis Galton. In the late 1800s, he became obsessed with fingerprints. He collected thousands of them. He proved they don't change over time. And he created the first classification system. But here's the dark side. Galton was also a eugenicist. He believed that fingerprints could reveal a person's race, intelligence, and criminal nature. He was completely wrong. Fingerprints have nothing to do with character. But his obsession gave police departments a powerful new tool. The first murder solved by fingerprint evidence was in Argentina in 1892. A woman named Francisca Rojas killed her own children and cut her own throat to frame a neighbor. But she left a bloody fingerprint on a doorframe. Police matched it to her thumb. She confessed. Fingerprints had entered the world of crime fighting. And today, your fingerprint unlocks your phone. It pays for your coffee. It gets you through airport security. A pattern that formed before you could even open your eyes, now letting you into the digital world. So the next time you look at your fingertips, really look. Remember what you're seeing. A drainage system for sweat, a texture amplifier, a unique ID that no one else on Earth shares. A pattern that has been with you since the womb and will stay with you until the day you die. And if you ever feel ordinary, press your finger to a glass and look at the print. That swirl has never existed before, and it will never exist again. That's not ordinary. That's a miracle of biology. Thanks for watching. Drop your next topic in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe.